You've probably heard a lot about AI
Right.
lately, especially in marketing, and there's a good reason for that. It's changing everything, like completely changing the game. One platform that's making waves is Claritas. They're saying it's the next step, the evolution of what we know as dynamic creative optimization. You might know it as DCO.
Yeah, DCO. It's interesting because it represents a big shift. We're moving away from that general targeting and going towards something way more personalized. It's all about using AI to customize those creatives for each person, and it uses their preferences to deliver it at just the right time on the right platform, whether that's social media or email.
So it could be display ads, even TV and radio.
Exactly. All of that.
Okay, so let's get into how this all works. I was looking at some information directly from Claritas. They talk about analyzing tons of data, huge amounts, to understand individual preferences. It's not just basic demographics anymore.
It makes sense, though. Think about it. People want these personalized experiences now. We're used to it. Look at Netflix, Spotify. They all have curated feeds and recommendations. So marketing is really just catching up.
That's true. But this is advertising we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So how can Claritas make sure it's not too, I don't know, creepy? Sometimes those targeted ads can feel a little Big Brother-ish.
I get that. You're right, not all personalized advertising is good. But what sets Claritas apart, I think, is their focus. It's more about being relevant than intrusive. Their goal is to give you ads that actually interest you, instead of just bombarding you with stuff you don't care about. It's like understanding that people are more open to ads when they feel like they're tailored to them,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's dig deeper. How does this Claritas AI actually work? They've got this pitch deck that visually explains it, and it seems pretty complex.
Well, imagine this. Every time you see an ad online, you're sending out signals, little clues about what you like what you click on, your location, the device you're using, all that. And Claritas AI, it's like a detective, putting all those clues together to build a picture of you and what you prefer.
So it's like always gathering data and learning as it goes.
Exactly. And the more it learns, the better it gets at predicting what will catch your eye at any moment. It's like having a super smart matchmaker behind the scenes, constantly finding the perfect match between the ad and the person at just the right time.
That's a cool analogy. Okay, but do we know if this actually brings results? I mean, can AI really make that big of a difference in a marketing campaign?
Well, the results speak for themselves. Claritas has some pretty impressive numbers. I'm looking at their pitch deck right now, and they're talking about a 185% increase in app registrations for one client. Another client saw a 65% boost in ticket sales from display ads. And there's even one with a 42% jump in audio quote starts.
Wow, those are some serious numbers. But, what do they actually mean? Beyond the percentages, what do these results mean for businesses?
These aren't just numbers. They show what's happening in the real world. More engagement, more leads, and in the end, more success for businesses. Put yourself in the shoes of a marketer for a second. Imagine trying to get your message heard, trying to reach your audience through all that noise. Wouldn't you be thrilled to see results like these? It's all about working smarter, not harder, and using what the data tells us to achieve those marketing goals. It's about realizing, AI isn't a magic button. You need people who know what they're doing, real expertise and strategy to use it right. That's where Claritas stands out. They have these experienced marketers, a whole team, working directly with clients to come up with those AI strategies custom-made.
Oh, that makes sense. Speaking of strategy, I noticed something in their pricing. They mentioned AI persona models via Prees.
Can you break that down? What are those models and what's this Prism thing? Right, that's the core of how Claritas divides its audience for that hyper-personalization. An AI persona model, it's basically a super detailed profile of a potential customer. It goes way beyond age and gender, like basic demographics, and digs into their interests, what they do online, what they buy, even psychological factors.
Wow, okay. So that's the AI persona part. But what about Prism? Sounds kind of mysterious.
Not really a secret code or anything, but it is a powerful way to understand how people behave as consumers. Prism basically puts people into different groups, lifestyle groups, based on all sorts of things. It helps marketers figure out things like their buying habits, what media they consume, even their lifestyle choices.
So Claritas takes those Prism categories and makes those AI models even more specific for targeting.
Exactly. By combining that Prism data with other info, Claritas can create these incredibly detailed models for specific groups of customers. And that's what lets them tailor their creative so precisely, making sure each ad hits the right people.
That's impressive. But all this data being collected makes you wonder about privacy. right? How do they ensure it's all ethical and responsible?
That's a huge question, and Claritas knows it. They're really committed to using data responsibly and transparently, sticking to best practices and regulations. They're very open about how they use data, too, giving users control over their information and what they prefer.
That's reassuring to hear.
Oh,
Okay, so we've talked about the AI, the data, the persona models. What about putting it all into action? How long does it take to get a Claritas campaign rolling?
one thing that sets Claritas apart is how fast they are. They can launch a campaign in just 4 weeks, which is impressive. That means businesses can start seeing the effects of those AI-powered campaigns pretty quickly.
4 weeks. That's fast.
Hmm.
But then what? Is it a set it and forget it thing, or does someone need to manage the AI?
People often think AI is like that. Just turn it on and let it do its thing. But that's not really true. Marketing with AI needs constant attention, tweaking to make sure it works best. And that's another area where Claritas excels. They offer always-on optimization, meaning their AI never stops learning. It keeps adapting to make sure campaigns stay effective over time.
So it's like having a marketing team working 24/7, making tiny adjustments based on real-time data.
Exactly. The AI analyzes how the campaign is doing in real time, finds areas to improve, and automatically tweaks the creative and targeting to get the best results.
That's amazing. It sounds like Claritas is really changing the landscape of marketing with AI, taking it to a whole new level.
Absolutely. And the most exciting part is we're just at the beginning. As AI gets even better, we can expect even more sophisticated, personalized marketing experiences.
So we've covered a lot, haven't we? AI personalization, incredible results, ethical data use, and constant optimization. It seems like Claritas is really leading the way, this whole AI marketing revolution.
And the exciting part, we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. As AI keeps getting smarter, we'll have even more innovation in marketing and advertising. Imagine every ad you see, perfectly matched to what you like, what you need.
That sounds, well, amazing, but also kind of unsettling. I mean, how personalized is too personalized? Would we be bombarded with ads that know us better than we know ourselves?
It's a good point to consider. And that's why it's so important for companies like Claritas to, make sure AI is developed and used responsibly. Transparency, data privacy, giving users control, all that becomes super important as AI gets more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely. We need to make sure AI helps us, not, well, exploits us, right? But let's think bigger for a second. If AI can do this with ads, what else could it personalize in the future? For us, I mean.
Think about it. Education that's custom fit to how you learn best. Healthcare treatments tailored to your genes. Even entertainment chosen just for your taste. There are so many possibilities.
That's exciting and a little scary all at once, huh? The future has so much potential, and AI will definitely be shaping it.
No doubt about it. And it's on all of us to stay informed, to ask the tough questions, to make sure AI is used ethically, so it benefits everyone.
Well said. So if you're curious about AI, about how it's changing marketing, I definitely encourage you to check out Claritas, look into AI-driven personalization. There's a whole world of information out there.
And remember, the future is personalized. The big question is, will we shape it or will it shape us?
That's a great question to leave us with. Until next time, everyone, keep those minds curious.